In this video, I'll be demonstrating two variations of one great strengthening exercise for the hip flexor muscle group. So the first one will be seated on a chair. We want to have a nice arch in the lower back, so we really want to make sure we're not slunched over or leaning back like this. We're sitting up nice and straight. I'm going to grab a grip of the outside of the chair, and from there, I'm just flexing at the hip, and that is all. So there's really no activation within any other muscles than the upper muscles of the thigh here, the hip flexors. So for an exercise like this, I think it's important to have a 2 to 5 second hold at the top of the rep here, so that we can make sure we're trying to isolate as much as possible those hip flexors. So the other tip that I'd like to mention is to make sure to not lift or sway from left to right as we lift up the leg. This is going to cause the body to compensate in different ways and take the load off of the hip flexors, which we're trying to strengthen. If you'd like to progress the exercise, you can always add a leg extension. So as I come up, hold for 2 to 5, extend the leg, and hold for another 2 to 5, and back down. To make this exercise a little bit more challenging and engage the core and the balance a little bit more, we can always do the same thing standing up. So from here, I'm going to raise the leg, keeping the body nice and straight, extend the leg as far as possible, hold for 2 to 5, and come back down. The mind-muscle connection is very important for an exercise like this. So it may be helpful to actually place your fingers on the hip flexors to make sure they're firing the entire time. Give these exercises a try for maybe 8 to 15 repetitions for 2 to 3 sets.